Hi, good morning. This is Eric Hawkins. I'm the founder and owner of a company called J Hawk International in the UK. I'm a serial entrepreneur, started up 12, 14 businesses in my business life. I'm now 63, so when I left school at 15, I became a chef, and that took me to Switzerland when I was 20, a restaurant joint venture by the time I was 23, a head chef, at a hotel by the time I was 26, I think. And then from there, I decided to go into business, and I bought a house, and the rest is history, as they say. But for the 18 years, I've recognised that we need to adapt more to alternative energy, to use the resources that is tax-free to us all. But sadly, while we have banks looking to make the money elsewhere by continually they're gambling on property and not on real-time business people, which create jobs and creates industries. And for me, solar energy, specifically solar water heating, is the one area that I've become expertise in. And my knowledge is vast, and I'm sitting at home and running my business from here, having lost my mainstream business last year because the bank decided that we were a credit risk with a 20,000 overdraft, with a $750,000 turnover, 12 years in business, and that we're a speculative business. And we just signed up an agreement with Arga Rayburn, which is a big manufacturer in the UK for cast iron cookers and wood burning stoves, and that would have added £3 million to our business. And we applied for a 50,000 government loan. And as always, the bank wants all your business plans, cash flow. We put that together, and still we were turned down. So it's my view that we can only really go forward. Small businesses should be looking really at tapping into the resources of the consumer, who are looking for return on their money in a bank, which is zero. So why put your money in a bank and get 3% while they're making 15, 20%? And everything else that goes with it, and you're losing money because of inflation at 3%. So theoretically, you're better off taking your money in the bank and sticking it with buying solar water heating or solar collectors, or rainwater harvesting systems, or anything, that will actually reduce your energy bill. Because your money in the bank, whatever it is, £2,000, £3,000, is not going to solve the problem of energy increases, and that will go up. And while we're searching the world for new resources, China now has become the biggest user of energy in the world, and they've also surpassed the biggest user of cars in the world outside America. So while we're contemplating, how we're going to get return on our money sitting in the bank, and the bank's making billions, why isn't it possible for the homeowner, consumer, who is looking for ways to get a bigger return on their investment, and invest in smaller businesses locally, get to know who they are, be part of the business, help to create sales for them. Everyone's got neighbours or friends. It's about networking. So we're looking now to attract householders. We're just not even going to touch banks. We've already made a vast investment in our manufacturing side in China. We've already achieved container exports for years. We know exactly where the market is. We can supply a very cost-effective, high-quality solar water heating system for under £1,000 to the installer, who will charge £800 one day with a guide to install it. And the consumer is going to be saving on that hot water only in the UK about £100 a year. Doesn't sound a lot of money, but if then they have also an investment in the company, and the company grows, then their return on that will be about 9% a year, paid every quarter. That's what we've done before. It worked, and we paid the people back. I have a house which I run my business from, which has all the technologies in the house. I've lived with it for 10, 12 years since I bought the house. We have rainwater harvesting outside. The pumps are driven by PV, which is stored in batteries. At the front of the house, I've got a batch water heater, which is Chinese. I have 2 Apricus collectors, 22 tube. But I have my own brand now, having learned and worked in China to develop the Apricus brand, I'm now really looking at expanding that away from just hot water to heating. So I've now converted my system into a thermal store, which I designed 25 years ago, and from that I can directly heat my hot water through my radiators. Sorry, I can directly heat my radiators, okay, from that tank that also with a water station can actually provide me with mains pressure hot water. I have a small wind turbine on the roof, which I wouldn't even dream about doing again, because when the wind blows, it just rattles like hell. I've got PV on the roof as well. It gives me a 3 kilowatt backup, and I can actually run my gas boiler from the electricity that I'm generating because I'm storing the electricity. I'm not passing it to the grid. So, to finalise on this hopefully short video, if anyone's interested in being part of our plans, we're only a family business. I've got lots of people around the world supporting me. I'm genuine, I'm not a scammer. I believe in everything I do, but without public help and support I can't do that. To do marketing is almost impossible, so YouTube is brilliant if I can get my message across, as other people seem to have done. You can contact me on my email at jayhawk, which is JAYHAWK, then international INT, so it's jayhawk INT, one word, at btconnect.com. And or you can pick me up on other websites, which is Thermaltricity. That's www.thermaltricity, one word. That relates to a solar panel that we now have that does hot water and electricity combined. So if you've got a shortage of space, or you've got a large volume of water needs to be heated as well as generate electricity, this is a combination of the two. And that's just been established in the USA, and I represent the company who manufactures in Germany, in the UK. We have also a wider range of products, but the really exciting product which I've now finished testing after 2 years is a waterless radiator. It's the first radiator in the world which has no water in it. It's re-engineered using heat pipes from my collector called Suntech Solar, and I've engineered the heat pipe to be in reverse so that you're passing the water through a tube at the bottom, a copper tube, which actually activates the heat in the heat pipe that actually heats the aluminium fins. This is now designed to run directly with my collectors to the radiators and dumping the excess heat into a tank, which then becomes your hot water tank. Very exciting times. I'm a designer, so I've been designing for 20 years, but now pioneering is okay, innovating is okay, but unless we have the money to get the product in the marketplace, and we're packaging this to be sold as a complete solar central heating system directly to the builders, directly to the developers, bypassing the plumbers merchants, bypassing anyone who's going to add another piece of money on that. So it'll be from our business here, if we can get rid of the money, and we need about £100,000, okay, to complete our plans. So if you are one of 100 people who have £1,000 that they were prepared to risk with me, I would pay them 9% interest. It's a 1-year investment, and you also will get shares that you keep in the company as the company develops and hopefully gets back to exporting its business to America, its collectors to America, and our partners, Trendsetter Industries. Many thanks for your time. You can ring me also on 0044 outside of the UK, 1202 887388, or in the UK 01202 887388, and my cell phone is 07940 578 879. Thank you for your time, and I hope that this video encouraged you to be part of our global expansion plan.